Good morning, honored veteran guests, family members, community members, and Clovercroft Colts. Welcome to our Veterans Day program. We are glad you are here. Please rise for the presentation of colors by the Centennial High School Jrotc. Let us join together to pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us join together to sing our national anthem. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you for that moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. Today it is our privilege to say thank you to America's veterans and to let them know that we appreciate them for their service and honor them for their sacrifices. Today we celebrate America's veterans for keeping this nation the land of the free and the home of the brave. Will you please join together in welcoming a very special military granddaughter, daughter, sister, wife, and mother, our very own principal, Dr. LaChance.
Thank you, Jake. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor and privilege to welcome you to Clovercroft and for allowing us this opportunity to honor all of the veterans in the audience. As I was reflecting on this day, as I do every year, it's one of my most favorite holidays ever. It dawns on me each year that we lose sight of what a veteran is, and I'm willing to bet that the 800 children that surround you are still wondering what this whole veteran thing is and what we're doing on November 11th and why we do this. So indulge me for just a moment. I'd like to talk briefly about what a veteran is. A veteran, they are more than 575,000 soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines who have been killed in action fighting for freedom. They are the more than 1.6 million that have been wounded in action, and the several million others who, for the past 238 years, have served our country in peace and in war, and to whom our nation pays a special tribute on this one day, November 11th. These are men and women who raised their hands and swore to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And in doing so, they committed their lives and their energy in the defense of our freedoms. These veterans worked long, tireless days. They were up often before dawn, working well past dark. They lived around the clock for days on end, sometimes without hot meals, sometimes without clean clothes or showers, or sheets, or even flushing toilets. They often did not have time to even brush their teeth, but I assure you, boys and girls, that they always found time to clean and maintain their weapons, their tanks, their airplanes, and their ships. This is a group of men and women who love their country so much that they were willing to put their lives on the line for it and to work for it every single day. So you see, my friends, a veteran is much more than just a man or a woman in a uniform. They are our warriors, our protectors, our guardians, and most importantly, our heroes. And it is for all of these reasons and so many more that we are so proud to honor you today and every day for your many sacrifices. I'm going to turn it back over to our Master of Ceremonies, Jake Dozier.
Thank you, Dr. LaChance. Next, we will have a Veterans Day tribute entitled What Heroes Gave, originally written by Roger Robichaux, presented today by members of our Student Council.
Each donned their uniform to be defenders of our liberty. Their mission sure, their spirits bright, guard freedom's home, be brave to fight. One final day, each faced their call, each gave their best, enduring all.
We'll never know what they went through, but know they love this country true.
Deep down inside, we should all feel what heroes gave their cost so real. We must stay thankful, grateful of the gift of freedom through their love.
Their loved ones bore the gravest pain, what we can't know, some now sustain.
To God I pray their pain will cease, and each will find long-lasting peace.
Remember this from year to year, what heroes gave shan't disappear.
We'll never let their special day, their time for honor, slip away.
These brave fought for a nation free. If not for them, where would we be?
Thank you, Student Council, for honoring our veterans. We have a special guest. Some of you may know him because you have visited his farm on field trips with your family or for camp. Mr. Jimmy Gentry is a veteran who served our country during World War II. He grew up in Franklin, left his home to serve his country, and then returned to Franklin to marry his childhood sweetheart, raise his family, and teach and coach at Franklin High School for more than 50 years. He is a great example of service to God, country, community, and family. He loves children, and we are honored to have him here with us today. Please welcome Mr. Jimmy Gentry.
Thank you. Land of the free. Land of the free. And this freedom that we have didn't come at a cost. I want to just, in the few minutes that I have, let me reminisce with you. December the 7th, 1941. I can remember where I was standing that Sunday morning. I can remember who was with me. I remember the shape of the radio that morning when I heard for the first time that the United States had been bombed in Pearl Harbor by the Japanese. We were in a drugstore when that happened, put our unfinished Cokes down, and walked out of the drugstore without saying a word because we knew what was going to happen. The United States declared war not only on Japan, but on Germany as well. The beginning of World War II, a war that changed everything. Then as a 16-year-old, I witnessed the greatest display of patriotism this country's ever seen. Because all those young men that were 2, 3, 4 years older than myself couldn't wait to get in. They were just coming by the groves, dozens of them, to defend our country. My brother was one of those. He was 17, and he was not quite old enough. He had to be 18. Mr. Lanier was in charge. Mr. Lanier would say, David, you can't go, you're 17. He would go down every day and try to go with the men. Mr. Lanier said, you can't go, David, you're 17. And after so long, he finally said, David, take these papers and go home and get your mother to sign them, and we'll take you. He runs up Fifth Avenue, gets my mother to sign the papers, goes back and gets on the bus. That's the last time we saw our brother. That's the patriotism that I'm talking about. This freedom that we have cost a lot of lives. My graduating class had 13 boys in it. Of those 13 boys in my graduating class, 6 of them didn't come home from World War II. 120 odd people, I don't know the exact number, 124 or 5 from Franklin, Tennessee, did not come home from World War II. That's the sacrifices that was made for the freedom that you and I enjoy today. I can go into those details with you. We don't have time to do that. But those men that would go in, when I looked upon them before I went into service as my hero, my role model. I wanted to be like them. And then I went through 2 years in the military, and I came home. Now, this is for you young people seated around. You others don't count this time. You young people, when you go into military service and serve, it doesn't have to be in war, just go into military and serve. When you come out, you are a veteran. That's what this is all about. Those are the men that came out after military service, and they are veterans. But I could not stand here and say that without, again, giving tribute to those that didn't come home. And I often wonder what their lives would have been like if they had come home. My brother, what kind of family would he have had? What would he have been doing? That went on all over America. But those men gave us our freedom. And that's what this is all about on Veterans Day. The veterans that made sacrifice and those that gave their lives so that you and I could enjoy the freedom we have today. I'm going to share something with the students here this morning. It's just homemade on my part, but I want to say it to you students. Are you listening? Are you listening? Hey, over here, are you listening? The 5 most important words in the English language. I am proud of you. The 4 most important words in the English language. May I help you? The 3 most important words in the English language. I love you. The 2 most important words in the English language. Thank you. And the most important word is not I, it is we. We can do all things through him that give us strength. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Gentry, for sharing your words in this day with us. Please join me in welcoming our Colt Chorale, who will share a musical tribute to our beloved veterans. They are directed by Miss Baker and accompanied by Miss Chattinger and Coach Piercy.
To our respected veteran guests, during the singing of this military medley, please stand when your branch of service is announced so that we may offer our appreciation for your dedicated service. Army.
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. Then it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cannons loud and strong. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
Marines.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Chorale, we have fought our country's battles in the air, on land, and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines.
Coast Guard.
We're always ready for the call. We place our
Air Force.
We live
Ladies and gentlemen, we just hope that we've honored you in some small way and that you've taken this away as a meaningful experience. If you will please rise as we bring our color guard back for retiring of the colors. To our honored veterans, again, we are so grateful for your service, and we're so grateful you were able to share this day with us. To my boys and girls, if you will sit down so that we can let our guests leave. We appreciate you coming. Have a fabulous day.